here with some thoughts on pot.
Yeah.
Is Brian Wilson, the genius of the Beach Boys. Good morning, Mr. Wilson.
Morning, O.P. I hear there's a movement to decriminalize marijuana, which is good because pot never did anything criminal to anybody, just made them feel good. People say it's a gateway drug, which I guess it is. It's a gateway to a beautiful world of pretty flowers and beautiful music and little bunnies who sing pretty songs and give out candy. But it's not like you're going to smoke a doobie, next thing you know, you're mainlining smack or anything. Of course, it depends on how strong your dope is. Like, I just got a lid of Northern Lights White Widow Wonder Woman. You don't even have to smoke it. You just hold a bud in your hand for 10 minutes, and once the oil gets into your pores, you're a bottle rocket, man. I think it also might have been sprayed with PCP and Easy Off, because after I did a half a bong's worth last night, a genie appeared and told me my oven was magically clean. But legalization will be good for the economy, not just for the tax they could collect on the chiba itself, but for all the sales of paraphernalia. It'd create jobs, making rolling papers, Ziploc bags, Twinkies. If they made weed legal, we could balance the budget by 4:20 the next afternoon.
Nice.
And I'll be sitting in my sandbox with my Casio keyboard, writing a new song for the cute little bunny who gives out the candy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Imus in the morning.
So Bigfoot says to me, of all the people we've ever had on the program, two of the nicest, perhaps the nicest, Vince Gill and Levon Helm. So Vince Gill is, man, that's an American treasure there. I'll tell you that right now.
Yep.
Well, here's what I'm trying to understand. Bernard, Connell, anybody? Warner, anybody? Dagan? At first, the administration said, regarding the attack in Libya, that it was all the fault of this hideous movie that was on YouTube. And then we had people like K.T. McFarland and others on this program say that they believed that that was essentially nonsense, although it may have served as a convenient excuse. But the anniversary of 9/11 had a lot more to do with it. And now we're being told, I guess, that no, the administration now says, well, it was a terrorist attack.
Yep.
So here's my question. Did they know that? Did the president use the word terrorist, by the way?
No.
Okay. Has he ever?
Has he ever used the word, period?
Yeah. Does he believe that there's terrorism in the world?
Oh, yeah. He's used the word, certainly.
Yes. Okay. Well, all right. So did they use the movie as a convenient excuse until they could develop all of the facts and find out what really happened? Or as opposed to saying we don't know, which would mean they lied to us.
Right.
Or so sort it out for me. Start with you, Bernie.
Well, they went out. Susan Rice, the UN ambassador, on Sunday. She went on, did the tour, and proclaimed in pretty much no uncertain terms that it was all about the movie, and which seemed premature. And a lot of people said, as John McCain said, there was a spontaneous demonstration. She said, and John McCain says, you don't bring RPGs to a spontaneous demonstration. And sure enough, it comes out later, Fox News now reporting that there was an Al-Qaeda guy who was released from Gitmo in 2007 who was behind the attacks. And so it makes you wonder how stupid. I mean, didn't they know that would come out? They must have known. They at least should have considered that it might have come out when they put out Susan Rice to say these stupid things. And it did come out, and now they're backtracking. Jay Carney said, yeah, it was an act of terror. And so they look bad. They shot themselves in the foot once again.
The president's conduct of foreign policy is laughable. And then my guy, the suit dummy,
Romney,
his comments in the wake of it were idiotic as well. Shut up till you know something. But by the way, just butt out.
Yeah, but to mislead the American people because it would look bad politically, so you can't say that the GM is alive and Bin Laden is dead. It sort of puts a monkey wrench into all that.
I understand.
I mean, that's sort of insulting.
That's what I wondered. So.
Well, that's what the critics are saying, that, you're trying to change this. Or it's much easier for the administration to come out and say what Susan Rice said. It's kind of interesting that she was put out there, right? The president's been very careful in what he's personally said about this. Even yesterday, as you said, he didn't use the word terrorism. It was Jay Carney, his spokesman, not him.
Well, there you are. Neil Cavuto, I mean, and these are the two guys we got running.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, it's just... all right, 8 minutes after the hour here on the Imus the Win program. Neil Cavuto is coming up. I saw him this morning when I walked in the building. And it was before 5:30 a.m.
Wow.
And he looked so a little cute and perky down there in the lobby. He got all exercise hysterical because I had my little oxygen tank with me because I couldn't breathe this morning. So
got to get by.
What is you going to do?
That's right.
What is you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
So all that's going on. And then, of course, last night's football game. And we're going to listen to Warner Wolf and that Dope Guns.
Hey, come on.
Or any of the guys on the pregame show on the NFL Network, which, by the way, is a disaster.
Yeah.
But Rich Eisen and that dope Deion Sanders and Michael Irvin and
Marshall Faulk.
Marshall Faulk and that fat dope. Why is the name calling necessary?
Simply saying
Steve Mariucci.
It's better.
Every single one of these dopes picked the Carolina Panthers across the board.
Man.
And the Giants won 36-7.
Yeah.
Well,
now what?
I told Gunsman, watch out for these reserves.
Oh, God, you're a disgrace. That knows.
These reserves.
What are the Yankees doing?
No, the Yankees lead by 1 with 13 to play.
All right.
And they all play, Orioles play losers, and so do the Yanks.
Is any other race anyplace in the country?
Well, we have a 2-game lead in the White Sox and Tigers.
Right.
That's really it because now the A's are 4 back.
Yeah, fine. We don't need to run that.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
All right, 10 minutes after the hour, let's do some news. Bill Clinton's here going to talk about, what are you talking about?
Monica Lewinsky's new book.
Oh, man, I can't wait to read this. Come on, dude. Juan Williams is right. I'm probably making too big a deal out of O'Reilly's characterization of Lee Harvey Oswald as a sharpshooter.
Right.
I don't know, but it just annoys me. But other than that, the book is great. Killing Kennedy. All right, let's do the news. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, I'm Well, we're keeping an eye on Pakistan this morning because there are protesters on the streets over there. One of the things, they won't be able to use their cell phones because the government's blocked cell service in major cities, worried that phones might be used to detonate bombs. And speaking of, that movie.
People living in mud huts, eating dirt, and they got cell phones.
If these people put this kind of energy into being industrious and building up their it's unbelievable. Just relax, man. Go to work.
Hey, like a fool, I'm going to have Guns and Warner pick the games coming up here.
Oh,
okay,
man.
good.
Right.
Well, today's a national day of protest in Pakistan against that movie that you mentioned, produced here in the United States.
Yeah.
All right, listen to Ann Romney for a second. She was on a radio show in Iowa asking Republicans to stop attacking her husband.
What do you say to your fellow Republicans who are, stop it, this is hard, you want to try it, get in the ring?
You want to try it, get in the ring. That's what she said.
Oh, well, I mean, I appreciate her defending her husband.
Yeah.
She's a nice woman and all that.
That's it.
But let's wait till after November before we start with the second guessing with the critics. I mean, not you, Chief, but I'm talking about some of these supposed Republican allies.
That's right.
We're in a battle here. Come on. Whose side do you want?
Speaking of which, the polls 47% apiece, dead heat in the daily tracking poll from Gallup yesterday. But Romney's problem has been in these swing state polls. Another one out from the Wall Street Journal, NBC News. It's Obama up 8 points in Iowa, leading by 5 points both in Wisconsin and in Colorado. Here's a question for you. Who do you think had the most watched convention speech? Well, turns out Joe Biden, the vice president, 43.6 million people for what it's worth. President Obama, a close second, followed by Mitt Romney, Bill Clinton, and Marco Rubio.
Well, of course, because we thought it was going to be a car wreck.
That's right.
All right, absolutely.
Tune in case.
13 after the hour. Let's do some business news. And here with that is Dagan McDowell. Good morning, Dagan.
Good morning, sir. The Dow futures are up about 44 points right now. And the Apple iPhone is on sale in New York City. 8 a.m. local time is when this thing goes on sale. And according to reports from our producers on the ground, Apple employees were outside clapping, high-fiving people. They were all excited. Yay. Happy times. Anyway, BlackBerry, I told you about that outage last hour in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Service has been restored, thankfully. Thank God. It's a joke and a black eye for BlackBerry on the day that the iPhone 5 launches. That's it.
13 after the hour. You use a BlackBerry, you're a dingleberry. That's it. 13, excuse me? 13 after the hour. It's time for sports. And sports is sponsored by Peerless Boilers. Well, before we do sports, and of course, the Giants won last night big.
Yeah.
Put a butt whooping on the Carolina Panthers. Let's pick the games. Each time we'll start first with you, Guns, and then you, Warner.
Okay.
Jets, Dolphins.
Oh, Dolphins. Come on now. Let's go, Dolphins. Screw the... I'm not picking the Jets the rest of the year. There's
Warner?
No way.
No, I like the Jets in this one.
That's right.
Okay, Bears, Rams.
I got the Rams, actually, in this one.
How about you, Warner?
Oh, I have the Bears.
The Dallas Cowboys. They're playing the Buccaneers. Who you like there?
I got the Bucks on this one.
Oh, man, I have the Cowboys.
All right, good.
The Cowboys favored by 7.5, Guns.
Wow.
Well, yeah.
Okay. 49ers and the Vikings.
I got the Niners, definitely the Niners.
Yeah.
Okay, Lions, Titans. Oh, no. Who do you have, Warner?
Lions.
Okay, no, 49ers, Vikings.
49ers.
Okay. Lions, Vikings, Titans.
I got the Lions.
Redskins. How about you, Warner?
Yeah, Lions. Right.
Redskins, Broncos.
Skins.
No, I think the Bengals will win.
Whoa. Saints, Chiefs.
I have the Saints on this one. The Saints need a win. They desperately need a win.
Saints win, yes.
Okay. Bills, Browns.
Bills on this one.
No, I think the Browns. They haven't played bad. I think
waterboard me. Make me watch that.
No chance.
Colts, Jaguars.
Actually, I have the Jags on this one.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm over Andrew Luck.
No, he's good. I like the Colts.
Eagles, Cardinals.
I'd never go for the Eagles. Let's go Cardinals. I hate Philly.
I'll take the Eagles.
Wow.
You're a disgrace. You must not have a pet. So, Chargers and Falcons.
I have the. This one's kind of a toss-up. Either one.
Who would watch
Chargers.
that?
Yeah, exactly. I got the Chargers though. It's a toss-up.
No, I like the Falcons.
Texans, Broncos.
I'm actually, because you made fun of me earlier, I'm going with the Broncos. I'm over the Texans because they're your team.
I like Peyton Manning, but my Texans are going to win.
Probably.
I like
Steelers, Raiders. Who do you like, Warner?
I like the Broncos.
Steelers, Raiders. We don't have a lot of time here. Come on.
Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers.
And finally, the Ravens and the Patriots.
Ravens.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's
really?
awful.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's not good. All right, quickly, sports.
Yeah.
Quick.
All right, quickly, as you said earlier, the Giants win 36-7. The story with the two backups, Andre Brown, 113 yards, 20 carries, and the wide receiver, Ramses Barden, 138 yards and receptions on 9 catches. And Cam Newton was horrible. Yanks win. They lead the idle Orioles by 1. Ichiro, a home run, a double. He's now 9 for his last 12.
Wow.
The Phillies had 21 hits and beat the Mets 16-1. In golf, Tiger Woods and Justin Rose share the lead of that FedEx Cup playoff. And finally, 62-year-old Carolina coach Roy Williams was released from the hospital after removal of a tumor in his right kidney. Oh. And whether the tumor is malignant or benign will help determine if Williams needs another tumor removed from his left kidney.
Oh, man, that's not good.
No. Not good at all. So
17.
That's terrible.
That's the deal.
All right, Warren.
17 after the hour. I'm coughing like a mental patient.
Well.
Bernie's got a baby coming up. What's there, B?
Got Bill Clinton, Jon Stewart, David Letterman, and sexual hijinks at Good Morning America. You're going to like that one.
Wow.
Whoa.
Well, sexual hijinks where?
Good Morning America at the ABC morning show there.
All right, baby. All right, please welcome now, speaking of that, to the Imus in the Morning program, former President of the United States, Bill Clinton. Good morning, Mr. President.
Morning, man. Well, it was only a matter of time, but I guess $12 million is $12 million, so Monica Lewinsky's going to publish her memoir with all the gory details, every sleazy, sticky, creepy, crawly bit of nastiness. And once it hits the bestseller list, Bill O'Reilly's going to be able to start writing his next book, Killing Clinton, because Hillary will shoot me. It was bad enough that the Lovick on the blue dress was made public. For a while there, I even thought they were going to put it on display in the Smithsonian next to Lincoln's stovepipe hat. But now Monica's going to reveal all my sex secrets, like my insatiable appetite for three-way sex, which isn't what you think it is. It just really, I only know 3 ways of doing it. 4 if you count missionary. But having somebody else in the picture, that's just sick. Unless the extra person is A, a woman, and B, hot. Yeah. But Monica's also going to reveal my fondness for sex toys. Okay, one time I used some Legos to build a little garage for my wiener. But it wasn't, a butt plug the size of a lava lamp. But what really hurts is the allegation that she has to do this because she needs to make a living and can't get a job because of me, which is just not true. She could get a job tomorrow in a cigar store, or better yet, a shoe store, because, she's real good on her knees.
19 after the hour here on the 95 after the hour here on the Imus in the Morning program. This portion of the program sponsored by MyPillow, the official phone line sponsor of WABC Radio. Enter promo code Imus for your 25% discount. And these fools are giving this stuff away. All right, time for a Bernie briefing. Here now with that is Bernard McGurk. Good morning, Mr. McGurk.
Morning, Mr. Imus. And the big dog Bill Clinton was on with your friend Jon Stewart last night, and he was boring. He was just flat out. He made Charlie Rose sound like Mad Dog Russo. He was so boring. But listen to Jon Stewart do his best impersonation of Monica Lewinsky journalistically.
You have any good speeches lately, or how was that? How did that feel at the convention? Could you tell that you were crushing it as you were doing it? Did you feel that?
Yes and no, but I didn't want to talk down to people. I wanted to explain what I thought was going on.
That's what was so stunning, I think. That's why it was such a bracing speech. That phrase you mentioned earlier about getting the facts right. And they would have, you would attach numbers to them that were real. I thought it was a bold choice on your part.
I mean, he's going to have to send his jacket to the cleaners after that. I mean, just figuratively, it was sort of nauseating. But
what was nauseating?
The way he just, I mean, did he ask him about the memoir that's coming out?
Oh, no. Memoir? Stewart was jerking his chain.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Did you? I saw it. He
wasn't jerking his chain?
Not at all. He was telling him how what a great speech you gave and how because you put facts out there, unlike Mitt Romney.
You're telling me Stewart wasn't kidding with that?
No, not at all. That was a straight up journalistic fellatio right there.
Sounded like, but I didn't see it, so I mean I was there.
Didn't he sound like he was kidding?
Little tongue in cheek to me.
That's what it sounded like there, a little tongue in cheek. Really?
No, absolutely
not. Well, because
not.
you're a hater.
No, because I actually watched it. I saw it. Now, let's move on here, boss, because the clock is ticking, and I know you want to get Mr. Cavuto on.
Yeah.
And we got us a little sex scandal over at Good Morning America.
All right.
You know, locally here in New York City, you have this news anchor on Channel 7 at WABC, Liz Cho.
Oh, my God. That's a homewrecker there.
Well, excuse me. She and this dude, Josh Elliott, who's an anchor on Good Morning America, they're apparently an item. I'm going to read from the New York Post.
I thought she was married.
Well, she was.
Oh.
This is what the New York Post, page 6, writes this morning. After we revealed yesterday that 41-year-old Beauty Cho, the co-anchor of WABC TV in New York, split with her husband and moved out of their Yonkers mansion 3 months ago, she insisted through friends that they're just friends. She's 41, he's 41, and they say, quote, that this guy Elliott is a regular visitor to Liz's new apartment on West 90th Street, baby, and has been spotted leaving the building in the morning. He has even been picked up from Cho's pad to head to work at Good Morning America, where he works as a news anchor. Good morning, Elizabeth. And but they insist that the relationship began after she moved out of the Yonkers mansion.
Okay.
Right. It has to be true, right?
Right.
Yeah, but in any case, you know this guy Josh Elliott. He's sort of in your Chris Humphreys area. He hosts this unwatchable Good Afternoon America show with Lara Spencer.
Idea.
Well, anyway, this is blooming over
local mouth-breathing anchor. No, I don't.
And they're beating the crap out of the Today Show, by the way.
Oh, good. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
So that's all you got?
Well, I do have another piece of David Letterman clip busting on Jay Leno and Mitt Romney, but
he's a creep.
we can save it.
30 minutes after the hour, Neil Cavuto's next. All right, 36 minutes past the hour here in the Imus Morning program. Please welcome to the program Senior Vice President, Anchor, Managing Editor of Business News, Fox News Channel, Fox Business News, a man who sadly calls himself the financial factor, Neil P. Cavuto. What does the P stand for?
Patrick.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Cavuto.
Good morning, Mr. Imus. How you doing, by the way? It was scary bumping into you this morning.
Well, I had my little oxygen tank with me.
I know.
And,
what was scary about it, you kind of look like Hannibal Lecter being driven in on a gurney. And I thought, is he up to doing the show today? But here you are.
Look at him.
Encouragement to all of us.
Oh, well, I get anaerobic quickly, but I recover quickly, and then I don't need oxygen just to sit around and talk. Hey,
well, I admire that.
Happy birthday tomorrow.
How did you know that?
It's my job to know those things, Mr.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So, you like the Vince Gill interview?
I liked it very much. I'm a big fan of his. Yeah. And I thought you did a very good job with the interview, because a lot of people, you know, when you interview stars, it's always tough. Do you do a fawning interview or you do a revealing interview? I particularly like, you know, the exchange about your brothers and how tough that is and trying to get a handle on it. Very real. I liked it very much.
So I asked you off the air if you liked Romney, do you?
I do. Personally, I like him a lot.
Right, so. And it doesn't bother you that he's a dope, right?
He's not a dope.
Okay. Well, he's not a good campaigner, is he?
I think that remains to be seen. The election hasn't happened yet, has it?
No, sir. Do you think that these leaked videos and these missteps that they've each made is going to make a difference when people vote?
No.
You don't?
I do not. I think in the end, it always is the economy. I think that's what decides it. I mean, we can have extenuating circumstances. This Middle East explosion could have an impact, but almost every U.S. election is decided by the economy, how good people feel, how maybe not so good people feel. And we're always willing to entertain switching horses midstream when an incumbent is battling a tough economy, but we got to really see that other horse. And I think in 1980, when the polls were similarly tight, going into the first debate between Jimmy Carter and Ronald Reagan, a lot of people still liked Jimmy Carter. They were frustrated with the economy, but they were more than willing to entertain an alternative. And along came Ronald Reagan to prove an appealing alternative. So the debates will probably decide it.
How many people vote for the person who they like the best?
I think it plays a part. I know there's a lot of this.
How big a part?
Well, I do think it helped George Bush. I think that many polls were done on the debates between he and Al Gore, and then later on between he and John Kerry. And I think most people said, who won the debates? And a lot of them said, particularly in 2004, well, John Kerry. Who do you like more? Who did you relate to more? Oh, George Bush. Now, I'm not saying that that's always the case, but it does help if people feel you're either more approachable or likable. And I think in 1960, from the television critics later, who said that Richard Nixon looked sweating and detached and John Kennedy looked relaxed and smooth. These things on some level do connect for people.
Talking with Neil Cavuto here in the Imus in the Morning program, 21 until the hour. You know what you guys ought to do here at Fox?
What's that?
Well, this would be an interesting experiment, because my wife mentioned this to me. You know her.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, she wants to have sex with you, by the way.
Well, who doesn't? Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
anyway, I don't know if she wants to have sex with you. She does like you, though. You know, in that way.
I'm just having images of an oxygen tank and all. But go ahead.
Anyway.
Oh, come on, don't tell me you want. Well, go ahead.
Please.
Well, no, I forgot what I forgot.
Please say something.
You guys at Fox should try something.
All right.
Here's what you should do.
It's like being interviewed by Rain Man.
When is the first debate? October 1st?
3rd, I think.
3rd.
Yeah, I think the 3rd.
Well, that's the day. What's your name? Hit that home run. All right. Here's what you should do. Oh, please don't interrupt when I'm talking to Neil Cavuto, Warner. I will come over there and beat on you like a red-headed mule.
Today?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
You should get a group of people, and then Frank Luntz or somebody.
Stop.
Maybe you could do it. Right. Get a group and have them listen to it, the audio feed of it, and don't let them watch it. And then have a group just watch it on television, and then poll each group to see who won, who they think won.
It's not a bad idea.
It is a good idea, isn't it?
It's a very good idea.
Because Deirdre said to me, don't you hate it when guys quote their wives?
Yeah.
You know what that means? They're just so pee-whipped.
But I like her a lot, and
yeah,
she's a saint for putting up with you. So anyway. Absolutely, I would.
But because you get distracted by who looks, you know.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
Well, so
and history bears that out. I mean, people who I guess were polled and listened to the Kennedy-Nixon debates thought Nixon won in a walk.
Yes.
And they said the same about Al Gore over George Bush. That was a little more debatable than Kerry and Bush. But yeah, there's something said of that.
So should I call Roger and?
Please do. Please do. I'm not going to act on this because I actually think the idea is silly. But
Are you really?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Well, because I think 90% of people are going to be watching them, not listening to them.
Huh. Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I do think it's a good. I think in 1960 it would have been a brilliant idea. But last time I checked,
it's a good idea now to see.
Yeah. Sure, absolutely.
Well, don't do it. Okay. 18 to the hour here on the Imus in the Morning program. Did you read Killing Lincoln?
I did read Killing Lincoln. I thought it was a great book.
I didn't think it was.
Well, I thought it was a terrific book.
But I'll tell you what is a terrific book. Killing Kennedy.
No, I haven't seen it. I know it's out or will be out soon.
October
but
2nd.
I really enjoyed Killing Lincoln. I'm a history buff and all, and I thought the way he built it up and, he had X number of days to live and throughout.
Right.
I mean, I thought when I first saw it, there'd be only how much new would come out. We know what happened in the end.
Yeah.
But doggone if he didn't do a great job. And we'll see with the Kennedy. But I think he could have a series on his hand. I don't know how you handle Fillmore. I mean, getting Fillmore. But I do think he's on a roll here. We've got a number of presidents.
It's enormously entertaining, and there's no heavy lifting. I mean, it's not like trying to wade through a Walter Isaacson or Doris Kearns Goodwin.
Well, I heard that, and I thought you mentioned a very good point this morning, because I think that a lot of historians, especially Brinkley, who I love dearly, that Harry Truman epic with 900 pages and on, all great, but you can make this stuff fun and engaging, and
accessible.
Found a way to do it.
Yeah, and accessible.
Found a way to do it, accessible.
So,
right? I didn't see the kids' version that's out, but
that's pretty good too.
Strategy. Very good strategy.
It's pretty good too. So, do you think he writes any of it?
I think he does.
Please. Hello. What's this Martin DeGarde?
He writes his show.
Oh, well, okay. So that doesn't make any difference.
No, it doesn't. But I think it's demeaning for you just out of the blue. You think he writes his stuff? Of course he writes his stuff.
How's that demeaning? That's a legitimate question.
No, you're saying he authored a book, and you're saying, well, he didn't really author it.
As a journalist, I have a responsibility.
Excuse me?
I'm just kidding.
Excuse me. Okay.
17 till the hour here on the Imus in the Morning program. Are you a sports fan?
No.
Not at all?
Again, and I heard you guys going through the Sunday games. I guess these were football teams. Yeah. Terrific. Let's see how they work out. No offense, Guns and Warner. But,
oh, no, that's fine. But So do you ever watch sports on television?
Now and then. I have the attention span of a gnat.
Well, that's fine.
So, I mean, I watch the highlights like I love them. I said, now, why can't the game be like the highlights?
Do you ever watch Sports Center?
No. I'm sorry.
Okay, where do you get the highlights?
It's if I'm passing around the news or I'll go online and see something. Yeah, but I'm not really into it. I'm afraid I'm not really into it.
So, do you watch television?
I know this is going to sound elitist, but I really don't.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
Yeah. Mr. Cavuto is on.
I watch you, of course. I mean, that's the staple there. And Connell and Dagan. But then it's over.
Yeah, Mr. Cavuto is on at 4 in the afternoon on the Fox News Channel. And on at 8 p.m. on
the show you claim I mail in.
No, I actually don't think you do. I mean,
you used to say that. And it was hurtful.
Used to mail.
And I want to come back with you anger, but I see you with the oxygen tank this morning. I said, no, go light, Neil. Don't. There's no need to be mean.
Quarter to the hour here on the Imus in the Morning program.
This is 3 times in this hour, or this interview, you've relayed the time. It's always fascinating to me why you do that.
I'm doing a radio program.
I know that. I know. But they're like I said before, there are clocks in those in those cars, right?
I can stop giving the time.
Okay.
So.
Good, because it leaves more time for me.
Hey, Bernie, put a call in to Bob Pittman. Anyway, Do you think Obama's a socialist?
No.
Okay.
I think he likes big government. I think he likes more big government. I think he espouses the view that, much like FDR in 1932, the government was the only way to get us out of this mess. And a lot more people are beholden to the government as a result of that. And he's got a pretty good base of people who would vote for him as a result. And I think that probably was what Mitt Romney was inelegantly getting at. Yeah. But we all remember, FDR got reelected in a landslide in 36, even though the economy still looked pretty bad.
As ours does.
Yes.
And one would think, that Romney could get some traction. And I think, that's what you ask, but I think
your thoughts are very valuable to me.
I think the day that Romney gets elected, if he does, the day he gets elected, the economy is better. He doesn't have to do anything. So do you agree with that?
Well, you have to do something. Just you're popping up as a different occupant in the Oval Office, doesn't it?
That wasn't the question.
Well, it's a stupid point. I mean,
that's fine.
That would assume that if Godzilla took office on January 20th, that just by virtue of Godzilla being in that office, because it's not Barack Obama, that things are instantly better. You have to do something.
Okay. If it makes you feel like a bigger person, which you're working on.
Here we go. Okay. As I told you, I can lose weight. You will always be evil.
To make me feel bad by calling me icky, vicious names. But my point is, don't you think the way the markets will react?
It's always fine until it's about them.
And the financial community.
Yes.
That people would feel better. And I know he has to do something, your suit dummy candidate and mine, but that he wouldn't have to do anything, just get elected and it would be better. Do you think that's true?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I think that obviously if the nation turns to the challenger to throw the incumbent out of office, it's hoping for just what you said.
Yeah.
Remember, electing Ronald Reagan, even in a landslide, didn't instantly bring results. In fact, the recession dragged on for a couple of more years. Millions of more jobs were lost until we had the boom in '82 coming out of that. So things take time. I'm not a subscriber to the view that you automatically things are better. There are many who will buy the view, well, if we don't keep doing what we're doing and it just stops with a new guy, and there's some truth to what you say. But you have to do something. You have to put up some initiatives that will change the direction. Ronald Reagan did, and the question would be for Romney administration, if it were to happen, whether he would.
Is there a way now to know? Is there a way for you to know who will win the election?
I have no idea, but I will say.
Do you have a gut sense?
I do, but I'm not going to share with you. I will say this, though. I will say this.
You're really a creep.
Oh, that's lovely.
No, but I won't share.
No, I'm only relaying this to you, and I think I told you this before. When I went to Wisconsin to cover the recall election, polls going in that weekend had it dead even. The Milwaukee Sentinel, I think, had it just dead even. Now, we know that Walker won by 6 points. Now, I have a theory, and I could be very wrong, that conservative support is understated in some of these state polls. Now, maybe with them widening a bit, it's beyond the margin of error. But I do think that these states that apparently Mitt Romney's going to get blown out in, I just don't subscribe to that.
You're going to get to a point eventually, right?
I just told you that I think these polls in the battleground states understate Romney's support.
I hope you're right. So.
Why do you say, by the way, when you say Romney's my man, you always say that, but then you disparage him.
Keeping it real.
Rip him a new one. And then even for every wonderful interview like Vince Gill, and then you do one like you did with Frank Rich and give him a pass.
My job is to keep it real. Right, Bernie?
That's what I'm saying.
Wait a minute, so the Frank Rich interview just kept it real.
Keeping it real.
Okay.
Thank you very much for...
This is it?
You were on for 12 minutes.
That's 12 minutes of my life I'm never getting back.
Or nor is the audience.
Okay.
It's,
Who is the most respected, not most popular, but respected professional athlete of all time?
Respected.
Respected.
Yep. Give us a hint.
Well, first of all, 264 people responded. A hint? Number one, it's baseball.
Oh, man.
Must be respected.
Lenny Dykstra.
Yes, respected.
No. Not Lenny Dykstra.
No.
Barry Bonds.
Not Dwight Gooden.
Barry Bonds.
Will Cam Boyd.
Not Clemens.
No.
No.
Baltimore.
No.
It's the players currently playing.
No.
That's a good one, Tony.
No, nobody is on the list. No one is. I'll tell you.
Respected.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the
Willie Mays is number one. Followed by Barry Sanders.
Well, I guess Willie Mays.
Yeah, I heard you say Willie Mays.
Well, why didn't you say I was right?
Well, you said don't give it away.
Well, no, but
Don't give it away.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute, you bastard. You said
Yes.
You said Willie Mays is not on the list.
No.
I didn't give it away.
No, not Willie Mays. Babe Ruth was not on the
Well,
list.
I said Willie Mays, Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson is not on the list.
Yeah, but I said Willie Mays.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
Well, how come I don't get the prize or whatever it is?
A bag of air. Wait a minute.
Here's Fat Elvis. What up, Fat?
I had said, girl.
What's the matter with you?
I had said. I couldn't find a note, man. This is I'm stepping into different territory here. It's not a
made him buy a pitch pipe.
Normal Elvis song. I asked that girl if she'd give me her keys. She said, baby, pretty please. I know I've been drinking Long Island iced teas, but alcohol is a disease.
Oh, my God.
What's the matter, man? Baby, you can drive my car.
Let's tell people what this is about.
Well, shouldn't you have done that before you told me to start singing?
Oh, my God.
I didn't say it was your fault.
Oh, all right. Let's mark that one down for the history books.
I was going to put that on the paper there.
Let's try all
The
this.
man, who's a bigger train wreck? Amanda Bynes, Lindsay Lohan.
All right, here we go.
Here with some thoughts on that is Fat Elvis.
I asked that girl if she'd give me her keys. She said, baby, pretty please. I know I've been drinking Long Island iced teas, but alcoholism's a real disease. Baby, don't you drive my car. Yeah, man, what's gotten into Lindsay Lohan and Amanda Bynes? I mean, WTF, a DUI ain't nothing to LOL about. There's one thing I can't abide. It's a celebrity who don't know how to deal with substance abuse. I know I'm the last person to cast stones, considering I was stoned from the comeback special in '68 till I went belly up in the bathroom in '77. I did more second all in one weekend than they gave out in the disturbed ward at Bellevue during the entire Carter administration. My two best friends were Barb and Jack. Yeah. I'd wash a handful of her down with him, then get behind the wheel of my Cadillac, drive down Beale Street with the lights out, and run over some hobos. Good times, man. Good times. Of course, I couldn't do that now or I'd be arrested for DWD, driving while dead, which turns out they frown upon more than if you blow a .39, because you can blow all you want till you're blue in the face, which you already are because you're dead, which Lindsay Lohan should be by now. That girl's got more lives than a Hindu alley cat. But I guess wearing an ankle bracelet gives you a heavy foot on the gas pedal. Little less acceleration, little less vodka, please. Little more concentration, little more expertise. Little control when you're behind the wheel. Couple more lawyers to file appeal. Need a little bit of effing brains, Miss Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan, baby. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right.
Right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Imus in the morning.
Here is how dumb the fashion designer Joseph Abboud is.
Okay.
He has made me over the years 50 of these jackets.
Right.
And they have a Western yoke on them, and there are no breast pockets because I don't like them.
Okay.
And he says to me in a text here a second ago, do you ever wear pocket squares with your jackets?
Oh, man.
Well, there's no, obviously not.
No pockets.
So you wonder, what role does he play in making these?
Wow.
It's just the people at Hickey Freeman do it, and Abboud is just out somewhere. All right, please welcome a guy we were talking about earlier this morning, Wyatt Imus's favorite country singer, Dwight Yoakam. Good morning, Mr. Yoakam.
Vince Gill?
Yeah?
Yeah, Vince Gill, your favorite country singer's on?
Well, no, it's a jump ball between you and Vince.
No, I'm the cantankerous one.
How are you?
I'm okay, buddy. How you doing?
If I had a big giraffe, I'd have to give him a real long bath. I love that.
That's the way. That's my Tommy Smothers moment.
Man, I love that song.
Thank you. I'm glad that says something about you.
It does.
You old softy.
Hey, did you see it's number 2 at iTunes, your album?
No, I didn't know that.
Do you have a computer?
I've been busy all week. We've been in L.A. doing a bunch of. We did a thing called the Live Room. It's up on YouTube. That Warner has their own channel there now. And it's interesting. We did 4 of the songs. You can see if you go to YouTube Live Room, you'll see us doing 4 of the songs actually just live. You know, and they don't normally do them like they kind of do it more in a recording setting. I said, yeah, let's do the rooftop. You know, the old Beatles gag at lunch where they got out there on the the top of the building and did we pass the audition? I was like, so we've been out. We've just been working our heads off all week. But I watched you a couple of different days. You were beating on me pretty good. I didn't even have albums when you were beating on me about it.
Hey, which 4 did you do?
On that show we did Waterfall, and we did Rock It All the Way, 3 Pears, and Trying.
Okay.
And we did a cover. We were United Western, the old studio that the Beach Boys kept Pet Sounds in, so they wanted us to cover something that was done in that studio. So we did a version of Sloop John B, which is not up yet, but that's kind of fun.
Hey, I think you could sue yourself.
I could sue me.
You could sue yourself.
Well, I could do other things to myself, and my girlfriend won't let me.
Dim lights, bright. What is it called, Lou?
Thick smoke. Dim lights.
Dim
thick
lights,
smoke.
Thick smoke.
And loud music.
That's right, and hillbilly music.
Yeah. You know what? You know who? Joe Maphis wrote that.
Really?
And and he and his wife in 1958. Don, get this. He drove. He was already a country star. Say I had a TV show in L.A. And he hears about a guy he's got to go see in Bakersfield. So he drives up to Bakersfield one night to the Blackboard. And he goes into the Blackboard, and he said they were good, but he said they were the loudest thing he'd ever heard in his life. And they were actually, Merle Haggard and I were talking about this because they have an exhibit in Nashville, which is where I am now. I just got off a red-eye flight in here to do some stuff here this week. And he said that Merle and I were talking because there's an exhibit at the Hall of Fame here that we did an interview for. And he went in there and said it was great, but it was so loud, he could only take it for about 40 minutes. And he got in the car with his wife, Rosalie, and they drove back over Route 99, back down across to go back into L.A. And they got in the car and they wrote the song about that band, and they titled it Dim Lights, Thick Smoke, and Loud Music. And it was Buck Owens and his Schoolhouse Playboys. And I wish I didn't know that story before Buck died, because I could have really given him a lot of hell about, anything he would ever say to me. If he ran Joe Maphis out of the club by being that loud, but they were that good. So I kind of did it as a tribute to Buck and all those loud guys in Bakersfield.
Man, that is so much more than I wanted to know about that. But I don't even know where to start.
But you know what? I don't really give a.
No, don't swear.
Easy.
Don't you swear. Hey, do you hear about Jesus might have had a wife?
Well, you know what? Who could blame him? But you'd think he was smarter than that.
Well, I hope she doesn't call him a dirt sandwich.
Oh man, this is rough here this morning.
Are you? Did you say you're in Nashville?
Yeah, well, I just landed a little while ago and going to crash here in a little bit, and then I got to go down and play. I'm playing in Florida tonight, and I'm back up with. I'm doing Zach Brown's big bash here in Nashville on Saturday night. And then I'm here Monday for something with the ACMs, and then I'm doing more press. I'm just press, kind of doing stuff. But you're the first call I've made in New York to talk about this, so thanks for letting me be on.
I love Zach Brown. That fat boy can sing. That's a good band.
He's a singer.
Yeah.
I saw him out there with that bunch of cultists at the Bohemian Grove. Don't tell anybody. First time I ever saw him. is up there in the woods with that bunch that like to pee on trees.
I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to run into Zach Brown and his band in the woods because it'd be like one of those Deliverance deals. Oh, you got a real party, man.
We hung out together at Universal Amphitheater a couple of years ago, and I was standing there. I went out front, I was watching with him, but I said, you know, the weird thing, I said, I was standing out there at the boardwalk. I said, it's kind of like a Civil War tableau. I said, you guys, you look like a bunch of, I don't know, it looks like a tin phototype from the Civil War. Like a bunch of rebel soldiers all standing there.
And they got that fat guy, old Ricky, who cooks for him. Well, that dude is serious about some barbecue and stuff like that. So.
Zach is serious. I guess he was a chef in Atlanta. I mean, he had a restaurant that he owned, I guess.
Well, check iTunes, man. Your 3 pairs. Why 3 pairs, by the way?
Why 3 pairs?
Yeah.
You don't have you're gonna you know what? You're gonna bitch at me if I tell you the story.
Yeah, I don't have time anyway. I gotta go.
See, there you go. But it involves John Lennon. If that makes you curious.
It involves who?
John Lennon.
Oh no! Tell me the story.
Well, I already started recording the album. I'd cut a couple things, the 2 things I did with Beck, and I had some other stuff written I was going to do, and I was watching in my kitchen the George Harrison documentary. I don't know if you saw it. It's great.
No.
Scorsese did it. It was out last year. And there's a moment where they're talking about, you'll appreciate this, that the Beatles really didn't have much other than a dalliance with drugs. Now, you, on the other hand, you know, could have given lessons in drug abuse and drug use.
Thank you.
But the Beatles, who were accused of writing Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds about LSD, it turned out it wasn't. And George Harrison was saying, you know, we never really, later on, George had a problem, but he said, we never did that. And they cut to a shot of John Lennon. He said, although one night, John and I were slipped some LSD at a nightclub, and we don't know where we were for a day and a half. And I thought, that's hilarious. And they cut to a shot of John, 66 here, and he's got these big Italian movie star sunglasses on, and when he had 3 pair of them on at once, and he's doing that kind of movement, you know, like yucking it up like in hell. Yeah. And I thought, man, what a tragedy that loss. I mean, it just made me think all over again about him dying so young. And I said out loud to my girlfriend, I said, there he is, huh? 3 pairs of glasses.
Oh, man,
and
what?
I started singing it. I just started singing it. So I walked across, wrote that thing down, and walked up to my office, and 3 pairs of glasses, 3 pairs of shades, and it became that song. So he was the catalyst.
I'm glad to hear you have a girlfriend, because Kinky told me you were gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but...
You know what? Kinky Friedman is, you know what? He's nuttier than a porta potty at a peanut farm. That's just what Kinky is.
Hey, let me tell you what I'm happy about, and I really mean this, that your record is a hit record. It's a great record, man. So.
Oh, Don, thank you. I mean, your lips to God's ears, and, of course, it's your radio audience now.
Don't start weeping, Dwight.
Don't jinx me. You know what? I'm just thrilled to be able to have music back out. And with Warner Brothers, that's, you know.
I got to let you go.
You got to let me go.
Yes.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for nothing, I guess. But thanks for
nothing, you son of a bitch. You've been on for 10 minutes. What do you mean thanks for nothing?
Hey, wait a minute.
Play your record.
Thanks for nothing. You bastard. You ingrate. Quarter after the hour. Let's do some business news here. Now, here with that is David McCollum.
Playing his record ever since it came out. Is he out of his mind?
What, is he crazy? Thanks for nothing.
Oh, my God.
Bitch.
New York City doesn't even know what's going on. You're playing his record.
Man, oh, man.
Thanks for nothing.
Thanks for nothing.
That was great, man.
I'm going to murder him for all that.
Dwight who?
Jeez.
Hey, futures real quick, up 57 points. And speaking of New York City, the iPhone 5 is on sale, so all the dorks have been filing in for the last hour and 15 minutes. So if you need, for any reason, to talk to a 35-year-old virgin with no job,
who used to watch Star Trek all the time.
Plenty of options.
We just came from a Star Trek convention.
Thanks for nothing.
Hey, look, I got Spock ears, too.
16 after the hour. Let's do some sports. And here with that is Warner Wolf. Juan Williams is coming up. And then
I got my phone.
on television, the Varney and Company. But here's Dagan McDowell. Morning, Dagan.
Morning, Warner.
Dagan.
Warner.
I'll
Warner,
tell you,
I'm sorry.
man, I don't know where I've been. I'll show you my butt right now because nobody's seen it. And I wear this white dress because I ain't seen the black dress around. And my husband's nowhere to be found. All right, Thursday Night Football, it was the story of the backups. Giants beat the Panthers 36-7. The two backups, man, Andre Brown, first career start. 113 yards, 20 carries, 2 touchdowns. And the reserve wide receiver, Ramses Barden, 9 passes for 138 yards. Cam Newton never showed up, 3 interceptions. He had only 6 yards rushing and 6 carries, and trailing 23-0. Late in the third quarter, he scores a 1-yard touchdown, and then he goes into his Superman celebration. Come on, Cam. Baseball, the Yanks win. They lead the idle Orioles by 1 with 13 to play. And you talk about embarrassing. The Phils, with 8 in the first, 7 in the ninth, 21 hits, beat the Mets 16-1. So they asked manager Terry Collins if he was embarrassed.
I am.
Has his team quit?
You have to ask him.
What do you think?
You'll have to ask him. I have my own opinion. I'm not going to express it publicly.
Oh, man. Wow. Tiger Woods and Justin Rose share the first-round lead of the FedEx Cup playoff, 4 under par, 66. Roy McIlroy and Phil Mickelson 3 back at 69. Here was Tiger on his round.
I played well today. I hit a lot of good shots out there today, and, I made a couple putts out there.
Yeah. And finally, our old friend Jerry Jones says, yes, I agree with the Bucks' Greg Schiano. NFL teams should attack a team that tries to kneel down and kill the clock. And if a team tries to do it, then they should be penalized.
We're the Dallas Cowboys. And we don't need some sissy boy kneel down. We're trying to win.
Yeah.
I'm going over to the titty bar now.
Of course.
That's what I'm going to do.
How you
There's
doing?
Dwight Yoakam.
3 pairs of glasses, 3 pairs of shades, 3 pairs of other things, all there in space. 3 pairs of shoeless feet.